I want to go over another superfood, and this is, I'm not going to make any kind of crazy claims about it because I heard there's a lot of crazy claims out there on a lot of different things. But this is black seed oil, black currant oil, known as other names too. It's also been around a long time in Chinese medicine. But this particular bottle, which is not a sales pitch or anything, I just bought it, but it's made in the USA, in New York State. It's under the best stringent standards. It's in a glass bottle. That's important too. These plastic bottles I kind of wonder about. What do you put something healthy in a plastic bottle and the plastic leaches off into the bottle? Yeah, you got to watch you don't break it. And it's also a tinted glass, so the light doesn't hit it or affect it. Now the one thing is, it's a very I can tell you one thing. If you look in PubMed about black seed oil or black currant oil, also known as, there's other names that they know it's known by, they'll tell you that there's no known toxicity, there's no known interactions, there's no known harm. They didn't do enough studies if pregnant women are taking it, should they take it or not, but it's probably safe for them too. But they're saying err on the side of caution and don't take it if you're pregnant or something. But there's really no, they can't find anything where it's toxic or interacts with anything where it's a problem. So it does no harm. So how's that, right? Now, it's also been noted in Chinese medicine going all the way back thousands of years. It's one of those cure-all things. It's not well known in the West. See, the reason this wasn't grown in the West, the black currant seed oil, was because the plant contained a fungus that sometimes it had a fungus on it that could kill pine trees. So it was actually illegal to grow in the USA for, I guess maybe it's grown under special conditions, because where I got it is from the USA. But that's why it wasn't a popularly cultivated plant in the USA. But it's been known for a long time in Chinese circles. I know there's a lot of exaggerations about, if this is a cure-all, that's a cure-all and all that, but it's probably pretty damn good. They did studies on it. I know the studies conflict a lot with each other because sometimes some studies got really great results for all these different things, whether it was even eyesight or cancer or whatever. But it's probably because, when you're dealing with plants, it's like you don't really know exactly what you're getting. I mean, you have a good idea what it is, but sometimes some things in certain species or certain where it's grown and what soils might contain something else, and it's not always like what exactly it's one thing in there, but it could be the mix, what's inside the plant itself, the nutrient you're getting. But I have to tell you this, it does contain ALA, which is a type of very beneficial oil. The other thing is, it does contain a lot of vitamin C, and we do know that vitamin C is, very powerful by itself. It's a very powerful antioxidant. It's basically a hormone. It shouldn't really be thought of as a vitamin because vitamin C is found actually in 99.999% of the animal world. They produce vast quantities of vitamin C in their own body. That's why animals can survive in the wild and heal up a lot better than people. There's only a few species that don't produce their own vitamin C, and that is humans, primates, one species of bat, and a guinea pigs. They have to get it from their diet. But this is what I'm pointing out even about the vitamin C that's in this black currant seed oil, is that the one thing with vitamin C is that you can't get it into the cells that easily. In other words, you got a limit where the body can't process it fast enough through the digestive system to get it into the cells at high enough levels where it can really do a real lot of good. But you got to remember, when you're taking it in a food, especially where it's contained with a lot of the other nutrients that are in this food, is that it's highly bioavailable. So, I'd almost, just in my layman's way of thinking, it was almost like taking liposomal vitamin C. But, you don't want to put it at quite that strong, but when it's in the plant, it's more available. So it's in the black currant seed oil, it's more available than just taking it by itself and it's synthetic or whatever. This is all natural. But I just want to put this out because actually, I like buying this product because it's not a salesman for this. Now, I know people sometimes accuse me that I'm a salesman for something. Actually, I never get anything from anybody. I don't work on any commission on anything. It's just I'm into this stuff. I've been into actually health for a long time, and I used to work out. Oh man, I used to work out on the elliptical machine, super high intensity from January 2007 to August 2011. I kind of backed off more and more from that because a lot of people were saying that was ridiculous. I actually did over 3 hours a day, every single day. But, it felt okay. But, a lot of people say that's unhealthy. So I backed off from it, But I've been studying about this for a long time. And it's like, I realize that there's a lot of misinformation out there. But this is a product that a lot of people don't know about. And I found the best deal. I'm not going to say what brand this is. Actually, you can see what it is. It's made in New York State, right in the USA. I thought this was a very good brand. It had very, very, very good reviews on it. Doesn't taste bad. And, I like the fact that it's in a glass bottle and it's a tinted glass bottle. I think it's very high quality. And I also like buying stuff from the USA. So, I just want to point this out because a lot of people haven't heard of this. It's actually under a lot of different names. I'll actually post another name that's under... that it's also known by in this video. You can see what that is if you look that up. But there's a lot of claims out there that they do these. Everything out there that's sold is a big. It's they push sometimes. Sometimes people push things far beyond what they really can do. But is it a good thing to take? I think definitely because. For one, the established medicine in the United States could not find anything toxic about it, anything where it caused any kind of interaction with anything. They couldn't find where it did you any harm whatsoever. That's the established medicine in the United States. They found it does contain a lot of beneficial nutrients. Vitamin C was one of them, but it also has beneficial oils. They did studies on people, but some things, it depended on, It depended on, I guess, who the manufacturer of the black currant seed oil was. And I'm thinking, well, this is probably one of the best manufacturers going. Made in the USA, New York. But the thing is, the real thing that sells me on this is, the Chinese know a lot about herbal and ancient medicines. They use this for centuries, going back, thousands of years, for all kinds of ailments. It's like, if I list the ailments, it would just be like, it sounds a little ridiculous. It would be like everything there is under the sun. But, it is a very powerful oil. And, in today's day and age where everything's genetically modified food practically, you got to be freaking taking things like this to maybe counteract some of that because it's almost impossible to get food that's non-GMO today. And I'm thinking, one of your best weapons is a lot of these superfoods and some of these oils. So that's why I'm putting it out here as a suggestion. And again, it's not been well known in the United States because it was actually illegal to grow it in the United States. Not due to some kind of conspiracy or anything. It was due to the fact that black seed, when the crop they had to grow to get the black seed currant oil. A lot of times would have a fungus grow on it that would kill pine trees. That's why they made it illegal. It had nothing to do with some vast conspiracy or something. I know there's conspiracies out there, but that wouldn't be one of them. So a lot of people in the United States never heard of this, and you won't go to a supermarket and get this ever. So you got to actually order it online, but it is available from manufacturers in the United States. So I just figured I'd post this out here because, it's like what is claimed and what it can do is pretty much anything. And I'm like, and the one logic behind some of that is, I would think, is because it does contain a good amount of vitamin C, but, I'm also thinking of vitamin C that's within this product, which is 100% real food oil that will be absorbed by the body 100%. Has a mixture of not just the vitamin C but everything else. But all the vitamin C that's in there is 100% bioavailable. And we do know that vitamin C is not just a vitamin. It's a very, very, very powerful, effective hormone. So, anyway, I just figured post this. It might be a little bit of interest because not too many people hear about it. And I just like to delve into, in search of. So, actually that's a lot why I put some of this stuff out, because actually that's really where my curiosity leads me to. It's like in search of something that's, very beneficial that people haven't heard of. And, I got a couple bottles of this stuff and I'll be taking it. And I think it's some great stuff, to tell you the truth. Not a commercial. Not looking for donations. Just giving you some information. Okay.